Smiles of relief at the signing ceremony of a treaty that almost never happened. For much of last week, the CETA deal looked to be dead, seemingly killed by the Belgian province of Wallonia over its proposed process of arbitrage. That's a system of courts that would settle industrial disputes. But clarifications were made and a final agreement was reached. And so for the Canadian Prime Minister, this was a momentous occasion.
First and foremost, Canadians and Europeans share the understanding that in order for real and meaningful economic growth, we need to create more good, well-paying jobs for our citizens. Progressive trade agreements like the one signed today will do just that.
Such sentiments mean little for opponents of the agreement, some of whom formed a small but vociferous protest outside the venue. At one point, they broke through the police line and daubed the doors with paint. Opposition to the deal has revolved around a perception that it erodes civil liberties and gives too much power to multinational companies. But EU leaders reject that.
I'm very glad that today we finally sign it, because this is going to be extremely helpful and useful for the European economy, also for the Canadian economy, but also at setting the standards for all other trade agreements, I believe, in a very high way.
The evident relief at the signing of this treaty on all sides cannot conceal the level of opposition that it has generated, the protests on the streets. And it begs the question, if this sort of protest accompanies a deal with Canada, how might a deal with the United States or with the United Kingdom be perceived? But such questions are for the future. For now, EU leaders say they are just glad this deal has been done. Dominic Kane, Al Jazeera, Brussels.